Hey y'all, welcome back to the channel. Guys, April is over. Let's hope that May is much better. Oh my goodness. It'll be so dope if May is way better. Hold on, I'm gonna clean y'all face. So guys, in this video, we're actually going to we're going to talk about our April budget, okay? Not too long ago, we just went over what my plan was for April, but now that April is over, we are going to talk about what actually happened. So y'all know the drill. On this side of the paper is what I projected would happen, and then on this side of the paper is what actually happened. And if it's highlighted in pink, it means I did better than expected. And if it's highlighted in blue, it means I either didn't do quite what I expected or I didn't budget for it at all. Let's have a conversation. So for the month of April, I projected that I would bring in $12,838. And I actually did a little better by bringing in $12,952. And this is how I said I would spend it. $105 would go to the HOA. The gas bill came in at $133. Electricity bill, $181. And the water bill, I said $99. And I actually paid $109, and that is because I was late. So I believe a late fee was added. That's why it was about $10 more than I anticipated. Cell phone, I said $225, and that actually came in a little less at $219. And that is for 3 phones that are on my plan. And I think perhaps maybe it came in a little less because I am paying for the phone that I have monthly. And maybe it's coming to an end. Maybe. I'm not sure. I don't remember. I can't keep up with time. Time just be flying. So I'm not... Have I had this phone for 2 years? I don't know. But I guess time will tell when we get our next bill, whatever that bill is going to be. We can kind of see. And then maybe it will be a good time to actually go in and look at the physical bill and see what's going on with that physical bill. And, you know, why that bill came in a little less. It's always good to know the whys behind a thing. Internet, $85, and that is for the fastest speed internet that my area provides. Home security, $54. Housekeeping, I said $175, and it actually came in at $350, and that is because the housekeepers came twice for the month of April, which I kind of expected, being that the previous month, between March and April, there was a 5 weeks in one of the months. And so, yeah, meant that if my housekeepers come every 4 weeks, twice a year, that they will be coming twice a month versus once a month. Insurances, $386, and that is for 2 cars. That is for somebody else's insurance that I pay, and that is also for the insurance on my home. Easy Pass, $30. Rental electricity, I set aside $50. It actually only came in at $29. Subscription fees, $43, and that is for Netflix. That is for YouTube Prime, and that is for vidIQ, which I need to cancel. I really don't use it. Food. I normally spend about $300 a month on food. For the month of April, I only spent $184. Household miscellaneous, I spent absolutely nothing. And fun miscellaneous, $63, and $40 of that is getting cash out of the ATM. Hair, I said $200, and I only spent $165. Now, guys, when I say only spent $165, I only got my hair... Honestly, I really only got my hair washed. So when you think about it, $165 for a hair washing is that don't sound right. That don't sound right. But I can't complain. I mean, she did an excellent job washing and detangling. The detangling my hair is the part. And she did spend about a good 4 hours doing my hair. Like, I wasn't waiting for her to do other people or nothing. That was totally me. So I did get hot oil treatment. I don't know if it was a hot oil treatment. Let's say a deep conditioner treatment and all of that stuff. And a lot of detangling. My hair really gets detangled. I mean, really gets tangled. So, but yeah, but when I think $165 is like, can I get a style with that? But there really wasn't any time. But yeah, next time we're gonna need a whole style. We're gonna need a whole style, because I could have been pin curling it. My pin curls would have still been popping right now. But right now my hair really is straight, and I actually could take a flat iron to it and do something to it. I just ain't got time. I'm just not that girl to sit around primping and preening in a mirror. So yeah. Nails, obviously nothing. I didn't get my nails done. Hold on, this hand looks even better. Lashes came in at $115. Y'all see how I be having these numbers memorized? That, let me tell you. So I'm driving. Obviously, you guys can see that I'm driving because all of the things. We're moving. We are moving. So I'm driving right now on my way to Maryland because we're going to an event. I'm going to my friend Carla's, you know, our friend Carla's daughter's dance performance today. She is in a production of Makeba and Simone, and she is actually playing or dancing the lead role of Simone, which is pretty dope, being that her middle name is Simone. And she actually choreographed one of the dances. She choreographed the dance to I Feel Good. So that's going to be super dope. Let me tell you, we got these tickets, but within 15 minutes of these tickets going on sale, this thing was sold out. I've never been to one of these performances, so I don't even know what the hype is, why it would sell out so quickly, but that's what it is. So that's what I'm on my way to now, right? And in order to get these videos done, I have to really use my time. I gotta multitask. And so I'm making this video as I'm driving. But I just want y'all to know, I be having these numbers memorized. And I think one of the reasons is for two things. One, because normally my numbers are the same month in, month out. I know it's $115 to get my eyelashes done. It's about $80 to get my nails done if I get them done, but I didn't get them done. We know that I paid $165 for my hair, even though I budgeted $200. The reason why I know these things is because I look at my numbers every single day, guys. That's why I know. Every single day. When I do a budget, I make my plan for the month, but I also check in with my plan daily. And the reason why I do that is because I want to see what could I do better, where could I fine tune, what am I just okay with? Because honestly, there has to be some things you're okay with, especially after you meet your main financial goals. For me, those main financial goals was, number one, get out of debt. That was my main goal. Get out of debt. So once I achieved that goal, my next goal was save up my money. Save up some money so that I have a nice cushion in the bank. Boom, did that. Then the next goal was make sure that I max out all of my investment accounts, especially the ones that are tax deferred, like have some great tax benefits, like your 401ks, your IRAs, your HSAs, FSAs, things like that. And so I hit all those goals, right? So now I give myself permission to be okay with spending something like $115 for lashes. You know, we talked about this in the comments. The fact that I'm going to get recessed lights added to my bedroom in another room in the house, and that's going to cost me $2,100. And somebody gave me the advice of invest that money instead, or add that money toward the paying off of my home, right? Which I agree with. But that has been the battle. That's why these things haven't been done, because I've always opted for the side of do something more responsible with that money. But at the same time, this is fun and budget. That's what this channel is about, because it's about the balancing act of living a balanced life, not doing all of one thing, going hard, and doing nothing of another thing, right? Especially after we meet those main goals. Because I do feel that if I had your traditional debt, like not a big old mortgage, but like credit card debt or car debt or student loan debt or anything like that, then yeah, you need to be going hard in the paint to get that stuff paid off, because paying interest on those things just doesn't make much sense, right? But now that we achieve those things, we have to take our foot off the gas some and give ourselves permission to just live this life and live and build the life that we want to live. I have this new thing, guys. I'm just coming back from Miami. And in Miami, we did one of those boat cruises. You know, one of those little cruises that show you like the homes the stars live in. I can't tell you if they really live there or not, but I believe these people don't have to lie to us. So I believe that the homes do belong to who they say they belong to, or had belonged to who they say they belong to, because they did differentiate what was owned by and what used to be owned by certain celebrities, right? But when I looked at those homes on Star Island, you gonna back up, bro? When I looked at those homes on Star Island, what I seen more than anything was the beautiful abundance that this planet has, and that some people have been able to tap into, whether it is through their industry, whether it's through their connections, whether it's through who they're related to or married to, right? And the abundance of that is not only being able to buy a house that is $20 million, $30 million, however many $1 million, and some of them don't even live there all year. To imagine being able to own something at that costs that much money that you don't even have to occupy. Like, you have the luxury of choice. Like, I choose not to live here right now, because if I own a $20 million house, y'all, we all living there. Y'all need to come over. We doing all the things there, right? But also the fact that if you have a $20 million house, you also have to be able to afford to run to truly have a $20 million house. I love that. And so what I took away from that was, in my home right now, my home is almost like $1 million home. So in my $1 million home, I want to be able to afford to be in my $1 million home. And what does that mean? That means that if I want something like recessed lights, I can afford to go get recessed lights. Like, recessed lights aren't going to set us back. I want to start treating my home as if it is a home on Star Island, you know? Because I always believe that you don't have to live a place to appreciate what you have as if you live in a place. You know, you can live in the projects, and your projects can be the palace, can be a palace. You treat your projects as the palace. You can live in a 1-bedroom efficiency garage conversion and treat that like it's your kingdom. It don't matter. Where you are is where you're at, and you can treat it as if it's where you always want it to be. And that's what I want to do with my home right now. I want to treat it as if it is a $30 million home on Star Island, even if it's only in my imagination. And so with that, it's like, yes, girl, get the whole hot tub fixed. We talked about this before, how I'm getting my hot tub fixed. It's still not fixed. I don't know what the people doing. But anyways, I'm getting my hot tub fixed. And they were telling me that I didn't have to get one of the motors replaced, because the one motor only operates 2 of the jets for 2 of the chairs. So basically, my hot tub, I believe it's a 5-seater. 1, 2, 3. It's like about 5-seater, 5 to 7-seater. I can't remember. But if 2 of the chairs aren't working, then to me that's like, can you truly afford to have a hot tub? We're gonna act like we can afford these things and maintain these things and invest in these things the way we need to. So that is my little lesson from Star Island. I am going to start getting back on the home where I live and doing the things I've always wanted to do to this home, within reason and within my budget. I'm not financing anything. I'm able to cash flow the things, and we're going to get it done. And as far as the market, it's going to be there. I invest in it every single month. I add money to it. as far as my house being paid off. It's going to be paid off one of these days. I add extra to this house being paid off. But you know what I'm not going to do? What I've never done. I'm not going to do it at the expense of living my beautiful life, at the expense of travel, at the expense of really doing the things that bring me joy. And having great ambiance around my house also brings me joy. I want these lights. And you know what else? The lights could probably be a write-off. And the reason why is because I create videos that I get paid for. I make money on these videos and I have to pay taxes on these videos. The lights help with production because of, you know, you got to have lighting to create content. I'm just saying. I'm going to check with my tax advisor, as I advise anybody to check with their tax advisors when it comes to what can you truly write off and what you can't write off. So like I said, it may be a percentage of that may be write-offable because we are doing this for production value. Let's move. Let's continue. Clothes. I said $125 and it actually only came in at $50. And that is because I do Stitch Fix, but I did return the majority of the box. I only believe I kept a pair of jeans that they sent me. And so that was 50 buckaroos. Amsterdam, getting ready for a trip for Amsterdam, and $197 is what I invested in that trip thus far. And guys, the funny part about the $197 is because we're not flying first class, we're flying regular class. But I wanted to feel like I was giving myself a first class experience. And so I actually pre-purchased meals on the plane. And I also paid to select our seats. It seems as if just about all airlines these days are now making you pay to select your seats, or you can just take the seats they give you for free. But because this is a long trip and we're going, you know, out of the country to Europe, I wanted us to be able to, sit by each other as well. Because the thing about it is this. Jay purchased his plane tickets, but I actually used points. So we didn't purchase these tickets together. So the odds of us sitting together may have been a little trickier because we would have gotten what they gave us. Then we would have had to try to talk to like the gate agent to move our seats around so that we can sit together. So I just wanted to guarantee our seats, and because we're taking multiple flights, I wanted to make sure that our first flight we were closer up to the front of the plane, being that we had to catch a connecting flight. And y'all know how that goes. Sometimes you want to be able to get off the plane sooner rather than later so that you can have more time making it to your connecting flight. So that's why I invested this additional $197, because I went ahead, being that I didn't buy my plane ticket, points did. So I went ahead and covered our meals on the plane, and I covered our seats on the plane. And that's what it came to. There and coming back. I really wish we had a longer layover when we come back. One of our layovers is in Iceland, in Reykjavik. Is that how you pronounce it? I really wish we had a longer layover, because that would have been so dope to be able to go and play in Iceland. Ooh. But I'm not going to try to figure that out, because like I said, I did too many things for not too many things, but the fact that I used points and he bought his plane ticket. So therefore I had to go in where I bought points to find the same flights that he's on. So I don't want to try to maneuver that again to get us a longer layover where we can play in Iceland. One day we'll just go to Iceland. How about that? So in Miami, I set aside $200 for spending money, and I actually only spent $148. That was pretty dope. One of the things that I did was like I told you guys already, we did that boat cruise thing, which the company we did, I think we did Jungle Queen. It was fine. Wasn't the best, but it was fine. It was entertaining. We paid $25 a person, and that was for me, Jay, his mom, and G. And I paid for that, so that came to $95. So it was fine. But there's another one that I would rather do, that I'm gonna do one day, and that's the speedboat. That one looked so fun. And plus, it looks like it also got a little closer to the properties as well. So we're going to do that one day. One day. one day. It's so funny because here they live in Miami, and it's like J never did the boat, G never did the boat, so they couldn't even recommend which boat we should do. So we pretty much walked around the harbor. What is it? Bay Harbor? Is it Bayside Harbor? Bayview Harbor. We pretty much walked around it and talk to each of the vendors to find out what was what with the prices. The other thing you could do is do Groupon, and the reason why we didn't do Groupon is because when you do Groupon, you have to wait 24 hours before you can redeem your voucher, and we were doing it that day, so we didn't buy a Groupon like the day before to go ahead and do that. But I would say, if you're going to do something like the Jungle Queen, do Groupon. Do it a day ahead of time and redeem your voucher the way you need to redeem your voucher and all of that good stuff. But it was worth the money to me. It was worth the money. It was cute enough. But it wasn't private. It wasn't exclusive. It wasn't custom tailored. It's a big old boat with a bunch of people on it, but that's what it is. South Carolina, I had said $500, but what it all shook out to after I looked at everything that I spent in South Carolina, also subtracting the money that people gave me in contribution to the things we did in South Carolina, it came to $311. 401k, $1,580. And this amount, I contribute $790 per paycheck, and that will max out the money that I'm able to invest in my 401k for the year. Somebody asked me a question about that, and the reason why it's $790 for me is because at the top of the year, I had contributed money to my 401k, and then I made my adjustments to my paychecks to make it so that it worked out that it would max out. And so $790 a paycheck is what it will take for me to max out my 401k. And health savings account, $200 went to that. Mortgage, $1,536 to the mortgage. And then extra mortgage, because it is my goal. It is one of my dreams to pay off this house. Like, can you even imagine how it's gonna feel not having a mortgage payment? OMG. To get your money every single month and not have to say, ooh, this big chunk has to go to a mortgage payment. Can you imagine? And so I'm working toward making that a dream come true. And right now I'm able to send an extra $3,000 to the mortgage. Savings, I said $1,275 to my savings, and I actually did a little more with $1,345 to the savings. $360 went to gifts this month. And then I also have personal property taxes on the vehicles, and that was to the tune of $389. So for the month of April, after all is said and done, I have some money left over, and that is $1,584. Now, normally, guys, we do it every dollar budget, meaning that every single dollar we bring in goes to a goal, goes to an objective. The reason why that money is still sitting there unassigned is because I've already told you guys in the video that I made about April bumped its head and all of the things that popped up and all of the things that are popping up, getting ready to pop up. I'm leaving these cushions to take care of that, right? And y'all know we are in the thing of finalizing this house, getting this house finished. Hopefully, it will be done in May. Hopefully. We are still waiting on materials to come in. A lot of chain supplies, there's some chain supply issues. There's longer delivery times. And so I put in my orders for everything, but we're still waiting for stuff to come in, such as the flooring, such as countertops, even some cabinetry. We're waiting for it to come in. So this is why the house isn't done yet. But hopefully May. Hopefully we will be done with this in May. And wouldn't it be so freaking dope if we actually sell it in freaking May, and I have that money from the sale of that home that I can put on this home or do something with. So because of that, we're just leaving these cushions in the bank accounts. For the month of March, for instance, you guys know that we left a cushion that was a good $4,000 to $5,000. I can't remember the number, but we left that there. And of that, we still have $3,126 remaining in March. And what I'm doing is, as things pop up, like for instance, I paid $475 to get the car fixed, the Tesla. There was a doorknob that wasn't presenting, and so they had to replace the mechanics on that. And then I had a headlight that was blown, and they replaced the headlight, and so that came to $475. And I took that money out of that March cushion, leaving it back down to that $3,126. The other thing I did is I helped my son out. He had a ticket. Y'all, tell y'all's nephew that he needs to go ahead and get his address changed. I don't need to be getting his stuff in my mail. So he had a ticket that came in my mail on his car. It was like a parking ticket. And I went ahead and just paid that because I was going to send it to him. And y'all know I be procrastinating. Next thing I know, I was in Miami living my best life. So I was like, let me just pay this daggone ticket before it just keeps accruing and adding more penalties and fees to it. And so that ticket cost me $168. And so I took that from March's cushion as well. And so as I'm spending the things that I earmark these cushions for, whatever may pop up, I actually go back to my every dollar budget for that month, and I go ahead and add that in, and I will see that number decline, right? So that 3,000 and whatever will decline, that 1,000 and whatever will become lower and lower and lower. And then at the end of the day, when everything is said and done, whatever is still left in those accounts that I didn't use, that I didn't spend, what I will then do is go ahead and add it to one of my long-term goals, such as paying off of the house or just adding it to my savings account. So that's what's going to happen with that. Y'all, that is pretty much it. That's what I did with my money for the month of April. How was y'all's April? I already know how a lot of y'all's April was/is, because we just had this conversation on the last video that I just kind of put out. But hopefully this video will come out sooner if I edit it in time. But until the next time, y'all, thank y'all for being here with me. Don't forget to thumbs up, talk to me in the comments below, and subscribe and become a member of the Fun and Budget Tribe, the best accountability team in these YouTube streets. Until the next video, y'all. Peace.